Hi, I'm Allie, and welcome back to O for Craft's Sakes. Take a look and see what's going on down here today.
Okay, quick guess, what are we doing? That's right, we are making a Raiders team football wreath. I've had quite a few orders for different teams, and being that the Raiders are coming to Las Vegas, I have had a few special orders. So what we're going to do is we're starting out with our 14-inch black frame, and I purchased this one at craftoutlet.com. And then we have our deco mesh, our silver and our black with silver. That is also from Craft Outlet. Then we have 6 different kinds of ribbon. I love the football black and silver. That was perfect. And these are the other 2 I chose. And then on this side, we have the striped, the silver, and the black. So we're gonna decorate the wreath when we have it all finished with our mesh and our ribbons. And I have this for the center plate and this to put around. And I love a lot of adornment, so we've got some cute little football hats, and naturally we have some footballs. So let's clear my table and we'll get started. And we are back. As you can see, I have our deco mesh out of its package and ready to be placed on the first row. Now, on these, they have 10 ties on the bottom and 8 ties in the center. So I always like to push the first ones in, the center ones, or the top ones down first. And then I just like to open these. Just makes things go a little bit quicker. Once again, I got this on the Craft Outlet, but you can go to Hobby Lobby, any really good craft store, Michael's, especially now this time of year, they have got the colored ones. Dollar store, not so much. Okay, so I'm going to take my mesh and throw it on the floor. And then I'm going to take it and I'm going to start crumbling it inwards towards the outside. Then once I get almost to the middle, I'm going to tuck it in, and I'll tell you why in a minute. I'm going to roll this side in and this side in as well. Okay, so once again, it's folding inwards, and that's what you want. I'm grabbing it just like this, and I want to get a nice, good portion because this is going to be our little tail, and you'll see in a second exactly what we do to that. So I'm going to go over to my wreath, and I'm going to place it in the very first spot that I'm choosing, and then I am going to twist one time and fasten that. Then I'm going to take the tail, slip it through, and turn it upside down, my wreath. Okay, now we have this big tail coming through, and it doesn't look so nice. So I am going to turn it a little bit so it's not so cumbersome, and hold it and grab a zip tie. And then I am going to put a zip tie on to secure it. Thread that through. Now I'm going to hold the other end of the mesh, go a little bit closer to where I'm going to want it to be, and pull nice and tight. Now that's securely on there and it is not going anywhere. I take that, my little nippers, and I clip that off. Okay, then I have this big piece of mesh here, and I don't necessarily need to keep all of that. So I'm just going to clip it a little bit, just so it's nice and neat and closer to the zip tie. But notice I'm still leaving a tail here so that it doesn't come through. You never know, and I'd like to be safe than sorry. Okay, so I just noticed that we still have our tag on. Let's go ahead and take that off, unless we want to be like Minnie Pearl. If you don't know who that is, then, well, you're just too young. Okay, so now I've got my mesh on the floor, and I've tucked both sides in. And so now we're going to do our first bundle, and I just usually go 1 to 2. Okay, then I bring it back to the first one. So I'm just going to lay that down right there, bring this one up and this one down, do a nice tight. Okay, And then I'm going to make sure the ends are tucked in nice. And I'm going to fan that out really pretty. And there we have our first curl. Then, same thing. Going to go past one to the other and push in. Now, if you'd like to measure your curls, you can absolutely do that. Hi, Tuxie. My dog's in here coughing again. You can absolutely measure it if you'd like to, but I don't. I just sort of eye it and see that it's pretty much the same height. So I place that in and I crisscross again. I like to do it twice and then tuck the sides rather under. So we don't want anything fraying, but this is great mesh so that you're not going to have a problem with anything. And I like to fluff that out. Okay, so that is number 2. Once again, bringing it across to the next one, and then to the next one, and then bringing it back to the next one that I am supposed to be doing. Once again, I'm creasing it twice. Open that up pretty much, going under anyway. Oh, a little bit here. And you can do all this when you're done, but I like to sort of go as I go along. It is your personal preference. Once again, grabbing your mesh, going one and then on to the next one, and laying it down and crisscross twice. And I love this mesh because it's a black, but it's got that silver iridescent striping in it, and it's really, I like that a lot. Okay, so proceed. 1, 2, bring it back. Fanning that out nice. Once again, bringing your hands over, pulling back, going to 1 to 2, going back to your next one. Nice. It is so cool that the Raiders are coming. Everyone in town is so excited. You know how in love we are with our Vegas Golden Knights. And this is going to be even crazier. Okay. So now you can see these are a little bit close, but that's okay. There's nothing perfect in home decor. So you go 1 and then you go 2 and bring that in. Bring that up, down, and twist. Super cute. This one's turned down a little bit. Let's flip that back around. Okay, once again, grabbing past the one, going to the second one, bringing it back, laying it down, and okay. And then as you're going, you can take a look around and see that they're all basically the same height. I really love this mesh. It's so pretty. Okay, coming towards our end, so this is going to be fun. So we go past it to our end piece and back. I'm going to redo that. Tuck the end under. So down 1 and 2. Taking a look at my others, making sure they're just about the same. That out nice. And now we're coming to the end, so that's okay. We're just going to take our mesh, go our 1 and our 2, come back in to our spot, to our very first one. Some people untie the tie. I don't. I just lay it right down and just a nice tight tie one time. And I tuck under. So pretty, making sure that's over here. Okay, and now we're done. We fill this all up. So I want to give myself a little bit of a tail. Let me grab my scissors. Now I have to switch hands because I cut righty, but I'm ambidextrous, so I'm always constantly confused. Okay, and then we're going to cut our mesh. Toss that to the floor. Then we're going, like we did when we first tied it on, we're going to take it and push it through the little rail there on the bottom. Okay, I'm going to get my zip tie ready, and then I'm going to, I'll put it right there as well. I'm going to twist a little bit. I'm going to lay it across the wire. Then I'm going to take our zip tie and put it through. I'm just pulling on it a tiny bit because I want it to be nice and snug. I want it to hold on there nice. Perfect, nice and tight. So I'll get my clippers. We will clip that off. And let's see. I have a little bit of a tail, nothing crazy, but I am going to trim it. So when they look at it on the back side, it's still nice looking. So my scissors are getting a little bit dull. I don't know why. I had to get a new rotary blade. I think I'm going to have to invest in some new scissors. Okay, so that's on there tight, the beginning and the end. Same bar, perfectly tied down, not going anywhere. Okay, so now I'm just going to bring all these ties facing out, making sure. Remember the bottom. Okay, where did this come from? Where are you from, sir? Okay. The bottom has 10 and the top has 8. Okay, so we got all those going the same way. So now I'm going to bring these up and open them. Orders have been coming in for different team wreaths. They're just so much fun to make. And it's great. You make something and someone feels happy and it brightens their day and they're feeling good about it. It's always a good feeling. Okay, now I'm getting my silver mesh, and I am also throwing that on the floor again. And I'm actually going to flip it facing down on my rug. Okay. Then bringing in the bottom part that normally curls in, and I'm just going to gather both my hands coming in and then twisting in like I did before, and pulling down. I've selected my first twist tie, so I'm going to lay that in there like that, and then with my thumbs I'm going to push up and twist. Okay, and then I'm going to prepare my zip tie before I flip this over. Okay, and since this is already on the bottom, I just flip it through, flip over our wreath, twist a couple times, hold it there, grab my zip tie, through, push it through, and pull. Right before I close it all the way though, I make sure my mesh is nice and tight on here. Excellent. Tighten that completely, and then snip this right off. Then I want to leave a little bit of a tail, but not too much. So let's see. Perfect. And a little snip right there. And now we have a little end here so that we don't have to worry about it coming out too far and then the whole thing unraveling. That would be a catastrophe. Okay, so once again, making sure I have enough ribbon slacked on the floor, ready to go. And so I cup it with my hands, pull it to the 1, going to the 2, then going back to where I want it, using my fingers, and a twist. Once again, pulling, past the first to the second, and then bringing it back. Every time I turn this wreath, or any wreath, to go a little bit further here, I'll show you. Let's just puff this out a little bit. And now when we turn it like this, for some reason I always think of pivot, pivot on Friends and Ross when the couch is stuck in the stairwell. It was hilarious. Pivot, one of the funniest episodes. Okay, going past to the second, bringing it back in, laying it down. Can't lie, love me some smelly cat too. Okay, make sure this is going the way that we want it. Once again, bringing it through my hands, going past the first to the second, bringing it back, laying it down, and twisting. And like I said, you go ahead and poof them whenever you want. I just sort of want to get a rough eye here of how that's going to look. And pivot, go through with your hand, past into the second one, bringing it back, and just sort of eyeing, making sure pretty much everyone's the same. You can measure, like I said, but I think if you do that method, you're pretty spot on. I'm going to take this edge and tuck it under. Nice. Once again, to the second, bringing it back. Tucking in the edge. And we're getting close to our last one. Pivot. Like I said, these wreaths have been so much fun, and some people are hanging them on their front doors to show the neighborhood, the team that they support, and others are putting it in their house. That's super cool when they do team parties and stuff. That's pretty fun. My husband is a football player, rather a football lover. Super Bowl Sunday, it's pretty much it. Okay, so we're gonna go 1 and 2, and then bring it back. Under. So far you can see it's pretty cute. You're getting the theme of it here. Okay, so once again, grabbing some slack of my mesh, pulling it to this one and to the second one. Oh, shucks, wait, Allie, you're dumb. Okay, there it was. Never mind, we already had one. I didn't see that. Okay, so now I'm just giving myself a little bit of that tail again. And cutting that off. I was having so much fun wrapping mesh, I just wanted to continue on. And then I just take this and bring it under again through that top ring and flip over our wreath. Okay, making sure it's not bothering that ribbon. Okay, so now I'm going to twist again. I'm going to hold it right there while I get out my zip tie. And let's see. Nope, it's not. It's got to go through the first one. Come on. I can do it. I know I can. There you go. And you just pull that through. Putting it through my zip tie. I can pick it up. There we go. Hold it nice and taut. Tightening that nice. And when I say I'm pulling the mesh tight from the bow on top. I'm pulling it just enough to not squeeze the bow here. We want to keep our mesh bow there, or peak, or whatever you want to call it. We want to keep it even. We don't want to pull it through. And so now we're just going to cut off a little bit. Perfect, just enough. Now that brings us to our mesh rows 1 and 2, top and bottom, done. So what I'm going to do now is fix some of these mesh, and it is time to cut our ribbon and attach. So let me clear off this area, break out our ribbon, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I have my table all cleared off, and as you can see down here, I have all my ribbon laid out, all 6 colors. So I think I'm going to put 3 on a bottom row and 3 on the top row, and I'm going to be cutting these ribbon in 12-inch pieces. So let's go ahead and move these aside, and let's start with the one that I already have open. And I'm going to cut it 12 inches. And I just like to use the old-fashioned method, measuring and cutting, not using a board. My husband made me a board, but I'm challenged and couldn't use it very well. So I just measure and move along. So I am remembering for the ribbons that I choose for the bottom row, I am going to be using 10 pieces, and then for the top row I'll be using 8, but they will all be 12 inches long. So I know you probably don't want to sit here and watch me cut 6 rows of ribbons, so we will fast forward and be right back when I'm done.
Okay, we're back real quick. I'm still cutting ribbon, but I wanted to show you how to ducktail if you never have.
For me, once again, I like the old-fashioned method. I just like to measure everything in itself, and I've got 5 of them at one time because this is thin and it's easy to cut through. So then you just fold it in half. Okay, you measure them up normal, then you cut them and fold them in half, and then you just cut them. And there you have ducktails. Easy breezy. I'll do it again on this side. Once again, I want to measure up all the ends, making sure that they meet. Just because I'm OCD about my ribbon, well, about a lot of things, huh? What's this little guy doing down here? Come on, buddy. Okay, so you get them all together, you fold it in half. One more time, I just like to make sure. You take your scissors, fold it at an angle, and you can cut it on an angle any way that you want, and there they are.
So that's how to make a ducktail. I'm gonna forge on and be back as soon as I'm done. Okay, we're back. All ribbons have been cut and ducktailed, and we are ready to do the bottom row.
I've got all my ribbons separated over here. I've got the top row, but a ribbon over there. What am I trying to say? And then the bottom row over here. So I am going to grab them in the order that I want them to be. And then I fold them in half and crease and open, and then I just scrunch them in, making sure the ends are down so that when you place it, you can fan it out nice and all your ribbon is looking pretty. Okay. Place it, crisscross it twice. I can give it a good tug, separate, good tug, and then switch that around. And once again, you can do all this with a ribbon when you're done. I just kind of want to get a feel for how things are going to look. That's pretty cute, right? Okay, so once you get that on, then I just clip. Oh, you don't need all this for sure. And then if there's anything sticking up, I just curl it in. Okay, then I pivot or turn. Ross. All ribbon was purchased at Craft Outlet. Everything was purchased from Craft Outlet except the Raider helmet sign that I'm going to be putting in the middle, and the little footballs and Raider football helmets. Those I actually purchased on Amazon. Couldn't find them anywhere, and then I found them. They were reasonably priced. And that's nice to just always cup this down. Tie. Turn. Yeah, it's super pretty. I'm getting my nails done during the week now. I feel like I want to have something silvery. Okay, turn that around. Today was a great day. Anyone else addicted to the Hallmark Channel as I am? I literally love it all year long, and I especially love it this time of year because, well, if you watch Hallmark, you know, it's just magical. And I literally keep it on all day. I can do everything that I need to get done in the house, but I love listening to it. And a lot of times, of course, you stop and sit down and watch. But even if I've already seen it, it's so good. I love it. So today was a good, peaceful day. Did a couple of wreaths out of there, which was fun. My son is almost 27 and he lives in Arizona, which, well, I hate, and he knows it. He's my only one, so it's really hard. But he is an EMT studying to be a paramedic, and today I talked to him and he's got bronchitis. And I don't know about you, but you know, mamas, when your kids are not feeling good, you just want to drop everything and go be with them and take care of them, because that's just the mama in us, you know. And yes, I did offer. I know it's crazy. Of course, he wasn't going to say, yes, Mom, can you come out here? He lives with his girlfriend. That would have been embarrassing. But I was like, do you need your mama to come out? And I was a nurse and he's studying to be a paramedic. So I'm like, did you take, medicine? Did you go to the quick care? And he's like, Mom, you know that it's a viral, so you can't take antibiotics. And I was like, oh man, I just wanted him to feel better, you know. So I gave him the good advice. Drink plenty of water, stay in bed. Gave him a little hot toddy recipe with a little Jack Daniels, because that always works for the chest. And I'll text him again tomorrow. I don't want to call and wake him up if he's resting. Forgot to clip this one, so let's do it. But yeah, it stinks having my baby gone. I don't mind that he moved out. I just, just not out of state. I mean, come on. Cut a mama some slack. But thank goodness it's not that far from Las Vegas and we get to see each other often, because 3,000 miles back east, that would be horrible. This one ribbon is so thin, but it's so nice. I don't know how they got it to be like this, but it's very, very nice, very shiny. Pulling it off the table just for a second to check out the bows. Slide it back on. Yes, happy September. I love the burr months, all of them, September, October, November, and December. They're magical. Although today it was, well, 109. Needless to say, what the heck am I doing, Allie? Okay. Needless to say, I did not leave the house. I didn't go check the mail. I didn't open the door. There's just no way. No way. I don't care if it's a dry heat or wet heat. It's freaking 109, people. How do you breathe? But it should start to cool off. In a week, it's going to be like 96, and it'll start to go down. Remember when you're in your 20s and it could be 100 a million out and you never noticed it? You could play all day out in the heat, sweltering, playing for hours, nothing bothered you. Well, times certainly have changed. So, still adding my ribbons to the bottom and making sure I fold the ends down so that when I fan out the ribbon, it all lays nice. And you're probably just a little bit bored watching me tie all these ribbons, so let's fast forward to the end and we'll get started on the second row. Okay, we're back. So as you can see, this is pretty much how the ribbons look. I'm going to try to angle it into the camera so you can see. Pretty cute all the way around. I haven't finished fluffing all my mesh yet, but I'm going to get to that. Let's just continue on. Okay, Allie, focus. Okay, so now let's get the colors out that we want. So I want to do black, silver, or should I put the silver on top of that? Yeah, that's pretty. What the heck? These have not been dovetailed. Holy heck. All right, let's speed through that. Okay, now we're back, and for sure everything is ducktailed. Sheesh, how'd I miss that? Crazy. I love this ribbon. Look how cute that is. Love it. Once again, tucking down. Oh, wait, gotta measure first. Don't want it to not be even. Symmetry, very important. So neat. Okay, let's go ahead and actually turn that around. Let's place it down and lock it in. 3 good twists. Super cute. And where's my clippers? Okay. Does anybody else out there that makes wreaths? Do you guys ever go somewhere and you shower and get ready and you're out and about and you're walking all around and meeting and greeting your friends and people at the grocery store, whatever, and you get back in the car and you go to adjust your lipstick or something or whatever in your mirror and you have glitter all over your face? I can't get rid of it. I've got glitter everywhere. I feel like I'm a stripper or something. Not that that's a bad thing though. Strippers are great. I love strippers. Yay, strippers. But getting back to the seriousness, I cannot get the glitter save my life off of me. And I noticed the other day driving down the road that my husband had quite a few spectacles of glitter on his face as well. And I thought, should I tell him? And I thought, why? It looks good. So I just let it stay. Besides, you know, you really can't get that stuff off. I guess I'm going to the grave with it. So I'll be dressed up. Cute. Pivot. Oh my gosh. Look at this. I just want to throw it all over the place today. So please comment below. I would really love to hear your comments. And if you've made football wreaths, how do you make them? What do you like to do? I love to share notes and talk to y'all and find out what you're doing. And then if you're so inclined, please hit that subscribe button, become my buddy, and hit the bell so that you can be notified when I have another video that uploads. I'm gonna try to do at least 3 or 4 or more a week. I just love making all these things, and it's the season. You guys know it. People are throwing in orders and asking you to make them stuff, so please subscribe and like and hit the bell and leave your comments and keep this community going. Super cute. So fortunate to be able to be a stay-at-home wife and do things that I love and turn a hobby into maybe something else. And it's nice to chat with like-minded people as well. So you get the gist of it. We are almost done putting all the ribbon on, and then we'll get to decorating. So let's fast forward through a couple of more that I have, and we'll be right back. Okay, we are back, and our wreath looks so cute already. Let's take a look at it. As you can see, I've got something on my hand. As you can see, I've been fluffing the ribbons and playing with the mesh and just fluffing it in areas that it needs. And now it is time to decorate. So I went ahead and took the liberty of taking this Raider out of his package, and it had one hole, and I want it to be more secure, so I put extra pipe cleaners on here so I can adhere it to the wreath in a really nice solid way, because we don't want this to come off. It's pretty awesome though. Okay, so I'm gonna back my chair up without running over my dog. And now let's see, where do I want it to go? First, we have to decide what is going to be the top, what is going to be the bottom. And I just noticed that something does not belong here. Pardon me. It's my amnesia. Okay, now let's see. It's okay, Tuxie. It's okay, buddy. There's a little cough. All right, so how am I going to do this? Because I just really want it to basically sit right here. So I'm going to make a spot through our ribbon. I'm going to tuck it under, just the one, and meet it with the other one. Okay, now I'm going to want all this to come in. I want it to come in like that, so I'm going to want this one to go, and I'm just moving the mesh around to find the bars. And once I find a spot, I just slide it down there. Okay, now, here comes the tricky part. Let us gently, well, I can move all that when we flip it over. Let's flip it over. Sorry, I had to take it out of view for a second. Let's set it back down. And let's see. I'm going to tie it to 2 bars. No, I'm not. Okay, so I don't want them to be that far away. That's way too far over. So let me just move them over to here and flip them both. Well, actually just one underneath. Now I'm holding on to the Raider's head because I don't want it to move. So I'm going to lightly just turn this, okay? And then I want to just make sure I have enough slack here on this end and just lightly turn this because I want to turn it over and see if we're centered and if it's where I want them to be. Got all that on there, but so if I'm going to move all this down and have our ribbon standing out. Let me stand up so I can see better. Gosh, we got all this over, but I'll dust all that off. Okay, then I believe that that is going to work out just fine. So, now I went through all that, I'm going to flip it over and it's going to pick up all those little tie ends. But that's okay. Okay, so now let's flip it over. And let's just secure it. And get our clippers. Now I'm going to twist it a little more because I don't ever want it to untie and come off. So I am going to twist, 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 and then I'm going to clip it. And then I'm going to take this tail and I am just going to tuck it around this wire. So it is on. It is not going anywhere. Okay, same thing with the top one. I might actually glue 2 more because I don't think I love how it's moving around. I'm not really feeling that, are you? I know I'm not. So let me do this. Okay. Twist it some more. Let's clip that. Now I'm going to actually use this sidebar right here as an anchor and wrap that around. Okay, and let's see. That actually hangs pretty nice. A little bit sturdier than I thought, I guess. Okay, so I am going to take a minute and fluff all the bows and all the mesh and then see how I want it to be, and then we will glue on our little goodies. Be right back. Okay, so I've got all my ribbons facing the direction that I wanted to. I've got all my mesh fluffed, And I didn't really love the looseness of this Raiders helmet, so I went ahead and strategically glued it to areas of the mesh so it's more secure and it won't come off. It's nothing like hanging it on your front door and then letting your people in and it's on the ground, and that's never good. So, okay, so now I'm going to add some banners, some memorabilia. I got little helmets, some footballs, and so first I just like to lay them out and figure out where am I going to put them. Maybe one there. Maybe one just like that. Put some helmets. Glue a little helmet here. Where else? A little helmet there. Maybe another football right there. Okay, see where it's gonna go. I don't know, maybe maybe I'll find a spot for a helmet down here. I think I did just find one. Maybe a football right there. Let me stand up again and get a better look. I'm thinking I might like this here. And then what about another helmet? Like a helmet there, a helmet there. Maybe we'll just put a football here. Like a triangle, so yeah, one here like that, perfect. I'll glue one down there. Oops, I just dropped a helmet. Okay, and then maybe I think we want a little helmet there. Or maybe that's just plenty the way that it is. All right, well, let's go ahead and glue them down. Laying it right where it needs to go. Glue our little helmet in there. I'm sticking this one oops. Sticking that one helmet right like that. Don't want any of those glue cobwebs on me. I'm thinking I'm just gonna put one football right there. Face them this way or that way. Okay. Super cute little helmet right here. Some glue on this side of them. Oh, shucks, on the fingers. Yikes, that's a little bit hot. literally become part of the witness protection program now because I have no fingerprints left. I've seared them off. Seared them. Okay. String out of the way. It's cute, tucked in there, like it's just a little present. Let's see, let's glue this one down. And our last football. Super cute. I'm gonna fluff more bows now that we got everything on here. And I think it turned out pretty cute. I think my friend that ordered it is going to love it. And I just think everyone should have their team wreath hanging somewhere. It's pretty dang cute. I'm gonna post a picture of it hanging up so you can see the complete finished product. I might fluff a little bit more because I'm a little bit OCD on that, we all know that. But I think that pretty much does it.
Well, I guess that brings us to the end of another show. Thank you very much for reaching out and sharing the moment with me. I hope you had fun. I hope you learned something, and I hope that you'll comment below and let me know what that was. And even if you didn't learn something, maybe share some things that you know about making sports wreaths. They are a lot of fun, I will tell you that. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you soon. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button and the bell alongside of it so you can be notified when my next video uploads. Thanks again. I appreciate you from the bottom of my heart. See you soon on Oh, for craft's sakes. Hi, and welcome back to Oh, for craft's sakes. Thank you for sakes. Thanks for clicking on this channel. We're going to learn how to make Hi, and welcome back to Oh, for craft's sakes, the channel where you can click on to find out how to make the latest. Oh, that sounds stupid. Hi, and thanks for clicking back on Oh, for craft's sakes. Today we're going to be making a great football. Oh my God. I know you're going to kill me. Sorry, babe. Whew, done.